What's good, y'all? It's that boy, Easy Millions, and I'm your host of that boy, ETV. You already know, man, we are back on Mecha break, and man, I've been having fun with this game ever since it released. But we all know that when anything comes out, there's always some type of negativity or things around it of that nature, right? So I just want to take time to point out a couple of these things. And the biggest thing that I've not only seen, but also been hearing throughout the community and things of that nature is just how bad the monetization is. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand this is a free-to-play game, and they do have to make their money in some shape, form, or fashion. So usually free-to-play games let you come in, play for free, but then they sell you everything and anything under the sun. In this case, it would be, mechs, pilot outfits, things of that nature, right? But the one thing that is crazy with me with the monetization, and I don't even think you have to pay for those anymore. I think you actually earn those in game, where some of the monetization for like colors, we have to buy those. And maybe that might just been a beta thing, because I haven't really bought any colors, because after the last time I did it, I just didn't do it. So there are a lot of bad monetizations as far as like pricing goes and things of that nature. Now, again, on the flip side of this, I do understand it is a free game. And not only is it a free game, but at the end of the day, you are not required to buy any of these things. Like, it's not necessary for you to buy anything. You can play the game regardless if you spend $100 on it, or if you don't spend a dime. So again, I really don't even though the monetization is pretty bad as far as pricing, I don't really understand why people get on here and truly complain about it, because me personally, if I just feel the price is egregious, I'm just not going to buy it. And eventually the devs should realize, well, shit, we're not making money. Maybe we should adjust our prices. Like, the only way to get them to fix things like prices and monetization is by not spending your money. I know a lot of people are really loving the game right now, and when that happens, you are willing and ready to, throw money at the game. But I'm telling you now that you might want to kind of hold off if you feel like the prices are too bad, because this way you might be able to get the devs to change their mind and reduce them if you just complain, and then not spend money. If you're spending money and complaining, you're not going to see any change, because they're getting the money out of you anyway. So again, even though the monetization is bad, I do understand it for being a free game. Now, another thing that I noticed about the game when it came out was I could have swore there were a lot more mechs that would have been available on launch. So when the game came out, in beta, the latest mech I believe was Inferno, and then on the release of the game, you still have Inferno, then you have Serenith, and then you have the light melee character. I can't remember that character's name, but basically we only got 2 new mechs on release of the game. Me personally, with the game being gone, I think the game was out of beta for around 3 months. For them to only release technically 2 new mechs, because again, Inferno was available for you in the beta. So really, when the game released, they only gave you Serenith and whoever that light melee character is. I forgot the name, but really only 2 mechs on release. Me personally, it was gone for 3 months. I think you should at least gave us 3 mechs. I'm pretty sure you can create, design, and tweak a mech in a month, with a month's time frame of each character. So I do find it kind of weird they only released 2 new ones. I would have expected a little bit more and would have liked a little bit more, because I feel like I still see pretty much the same few mechs, as these are the ones that primarily the beta players are using. And I'm not sure how it is for brand new players, but I'm assuming that if you're a brand new player, that you might not have access to all the mechs the way that I do when I came in. So again, just them releasing 2 was a little underwhelming, because again, I'm able to run through the 2 new mechs fairly easily, and so is a lot of the players who I believe were in the beta. Like, just having 2 new mechs really isn't enough in my opinion. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is this. I had this problem in the beta as well, but the UI in the menu is very, very overwhelming. Like, when you're trying to navigate it, especially the first time you log on. I still remember the first time I logged into this game, and I just did not know where the hell I was going. I didn't know what I was looking at, where to go, how to get to certain things. I ended up in ranked instead of regular pubs because, again, I don't know shit about this UI. And it's just very overwhelming, especially for new players that are coming into the game and trying to learn this stuff. Not only that, there's a shit ton of tabs. Like, when you're going through the menus, there is a ridiculous amount of tabs, bro, that you can go through to get you to different areas on the map and the UI. It's just kind of weird. And then speaking of the map as a whole, what is the point of the whole letting your pilot walk around the base or whatever that is, the operations base or whatever? So I did that just so I can complete the challenge that they have for you at the beginning. There's a challenge that I think gives you like some glasses or something. And you basically run to each different part of the base. And my whole thing is, I don't think that this is a bad idea to have, as you should be able to walk around the base. It gives you, something to do while you're in your pilot's uniform. But it felt weird because I'm walking around the base, and usually in games like this, you see a whole bunch of different players running around, right? It's usually like a hub for all the players. Well, there was nobody else in this base but me and then like some NPCs. So I'm running around, not seeing other players, just seeing NPCs. I get to these places, and these places I'm getting to, they're not even really much to do there. Like, you go, you interact with something, and then you go out. Like, the best example I have is like when you walk around, it does take you to your own living quarters. And in your living quarters, you can sit on the bed. You can go into the bathroom. You can pull the sink out and then use it. It'll just put it away. Or you can use the toilet, which it'll show you taking a shit, which is just funny to me. You won't show them brushing their teeth, but you'll definitely show them taking a shit. And then you can also go in there and interact with like a shower, and you get like a little cutscene of your avatar in the shower. So basically, that is the biggest surprise I guess you're gonna get searching the base. Is you might get some cutscenes where you see your pilot doing a couple things here and there. Me personally, I think you just could have made this a little bit better. I think that this whole exploring the base thing, this should be like a central hub for all players that happen to go in there. So if you do happen to go in there, you actually see other players running around. You should be able to interact with them. Just like how other games do. We have like that central hub area where players are just running around before they go play either a match or go to wherever they want to go to. I think that Mecha Break would definitely benefit from something like that. This way we have a reason to truly look at our pilots, because if you're not walking around the base, the only time you ever see your pilot is when you're loading into a match or when you're dying or something and you see them in that cutscene. But if they had like that, again, that central hub for players, which would be like the base that you're walking around, you would then not only see your own pilot, but then you would also be able to see other people's pilots, which in turn could encourage you to go and spend more money. I know these devs want you to spend money. So if you allow people to see other people's pilots, maybe that'll encourage them to go spend some money. Maybe that'll be good enough. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is going to be one of the new maps that they added. The moon map is okay, but the one I want to talk about is the Poseidon Armory, I believe it's called, or that water map. And my goodness, I cannot stand this map, bro. It's a domination style game mode where you're in this, I don't know, it's like a tower where like water fills up as the match goes on. Trust me, if you're an ultra heavy anything, this map is horrible for you. You're using all your boosts just trying to get into the building or trying to get out of the water, and then you won't have any boosts. It's just the worst thing. And then even when I play with other characters, I just do not like the design of that water map. The water map is the only new map that they released that I actually have a problem with. The moon one they released, it just looks kind of ugly. But that water map, man, boy, oh boy, that thing is trash, man, in my opinion. I do not like it. It's just bad. That's the only map in the game that I can say that, though. So overall, though, the map selection is pretty good. But hey, let me know, man. Am I on this mic once again yapping one of my lips? Or do y'all believe me, man? Do y'all believe that the monetization is bad? And do you understand why that is? Do you also believe the game should have been released with more mechs? And is the UI too overwhelming for you, or was it at one point? And then finally, let me know down in the comments how y'all feel about the new maps, especially that water one, man. Let me know down in the comments, and let's get a conversation started, man. But Until then, I got the rest of this gameplay here for y'all in the background, and I hope y'all enjoy that, man. But as always, please like, comment, subscribe, follow, share, become a supporter, and catch me streaming on Facebook Gaming and Twitch at that boy ETV. Now, catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. I just killed this Elise before it actually dies. Like, god damn. Oh, I got killed by somebody else. What to say?
Warning, you are leaving the combat zone. Warning, you are leaving the combat zone. Stego, ready to hold down the front line. Fire control system unlocked. Advancing payload.
Too easy. I don't even think those dudes were aware of the purpose of that game.
Nope, not at all. But I am.
MVP. There's no escape from Stego's barrage.